What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. So in today's video, I would like to share with you a few more details on how to build a business. We spoke about recently about the fact that there are two ways of approaching building a business. You can be just a sales agent, and if you are that way, then all your focus you're going to be just on the next dial. Where is my next dial? Where's my next dial? However, if you switch your focus from just trying to find your next lead into trying to build the right foundation, things will start to change and you won't need necessarily to start tackling people. People will come to you. That's very important. The first thing we spoke about, I think on Monday, is the fact we need to build the right foundation for the right business. So we need to build the brand, we need to build a list, we need to hone in on who we want to sell to, and we want to make sure that we are pre-qualifying our calls. That's very important. The second thing we spoke about is we expand on the brand. And what is a brand? And while talking about the brand, we talk about that the brand is just an emotional charge that people feel once they see your image, photos, pictures, logos, color scheme, you name it. That's just an emotional charge that reflects the kind of person you are, the kind of service you give, the kind of credibility you have, and everything else. Now, the brand can be built in so many ways. I think it can be built on social media through two levels. The first level is through the surface level, which is a what I just mentioned, the photos, the images, the colors, everything else, and also through the deeper level, which is the content. And content is very powerful because it helps us build momentum into our business, into our relationship with our audience. So the first thing we want to make sure that we are doing, we want to make sure that we are putting value, because value create awareness, get people's attention, and helps us stop people on their track and say, hey, I saw this guy yesterday sharing something interesting. I wonder what he's talking about today. So that's one thing. That's very powerful because value creates that curiosity. That's number one. Second one is understanding and sharing belief shifting content. Belief shifting content is basically moving people from what they think it's right and moving them to understand a new reality or see things in a completely different prism. That's very important. And if we can do this, it's the rest becomes so much easy. If our audience believe that thing and believe that life insurance is too expensive, then they will never even try to buy it. But if you give them different options and speak about what are the different options out there that are available, and maybe speak about the, what do you call it? I forgot about how you can use your life insurance as an ATM where you can go back to and get money every time you need it or something like that. Then perception changes, and the fact that you're changing perceptions, that's power in itself. And the third element is sharing lead magnets, which is getting people to raise their hand, say, hey, I'm interested in what you have to say. What is it? Once you get people to raise their hands, power dynamics changes, and now you are leading the conversations. They are not leading because they are coming to you. You are not going after them. That's powerful. Now that we have all this lined up, we can move into power three, which is the three elements of creating powerful bonds with our audience. The first thing is understanding who you are. It's all about your belief, your convictions, your experience. All these things, if you share it with your audience, create such a powerful bonds with your audience. But there is a but. It's not enough unless you combine it with what you do and you speak about exactly what you do, your experience, your results, your journey, everything related to what you do. That once you combine these two, things start to work out because people don't act just by understanding what you are, but they act or who you or what you do. They act because they understand exactly what you are and what you do, both combined. And finally, the third element is when you add the power, the speak about the prospect journey, and it has to do with everything related to the journey, the specific scenarios that your customer is going through right now, once you are able to speak about it, then things changes and you have literally a machine that moves people from cold to warm to hot. All right, so with that being said, I before I let you go, I understand that this is I try to resume everything in a concise manner, and I understand that some of you may say, well, there are other form of content. Yes, there are many other forms of content, but I'm talking about structural content that can get people to move from one place into another by just delivering the right message. That's what I'm talking about. Of course, if you are interested, I can give you more information about the different content out there. I mean, even if you go and you are driving in your car and you're speaking how the day is beautiful, that's kind of content also. So there are a lot of different kind of content, but you need to understand how structural content works so that we can get the right result. Guys, if you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Have a great day. Talk soon.